This is Midnight Music Review in the Attic, and today we have a great artist with us, Taraka. Watch this amazing music video filmed in Super 8, made by Taraka and Matthew Hoffman. That song was Psycho Castle from the album Welcome to Paradise Lost. Hello Taraka, how are you?
I'm okay. It's kind of awkward talking to a robot voice. Do you want me to respond in a robot voice?
Well, yes, it's an artificial voice. I was always very lazy, and I never learned to speak English properly. But I'm real, Taraka, I swear. Look at my human flesh. It's living flesh, just like yours. Where are you now? You're quite a nomad, aren't you? You don't tend to live in one place for a long time, am I wrong?
Just in my little cocoon, aka my studio in upstate New York. I think I've been here long enough.
Are you Swedish? Where did you grow up?
Why yes, I am part Swedish, but mostly I'm Texan, born and raised.
Contemplating hopelessness, excavating emptiness. Now's the time of elation. Now's the time of elation. Agony, ecstasy, confusion, jealousy. Now's the time of elation. Now's the time of elation.
Taraka, the existence of Prince Rama, the duo you had with your sister Nimaya, was quite long and successful. Can you tell me a little about the beginnings? It was Paul Tracks, Animal Collective's label, who first discovered you and made you known, wasn't it?
Actually that's a funny story because we had been touring for like 2 years before that. And just playing basements and, backyards for $0. And I had sent a demo to Patrax. I mean, I sent demos to every record label. Didn't hear a word back. Total radio silence. Anyways, the band was kind of on the rocks, like nothing was really happening. We were gonna put in one last tour and then maybe break up because we had like negative money in our bank account. And we were going down to South by Southwest, and a friend of ours was putting on a show, and the band had just dropped out. So he was like, hey, do y'all want to just jump in and play a few songs? We didn't have anything better to do, so we're like, okay, sure. So we jump on, and there's maybe like 12 people at the show, but one of them happened to be A.B. Tear from Animal Collective, so that was lucky.
Prince Rama's Wikipedia says you did something with Ariel Pink. What was it exactly? Did you record anything together? As far as I know, Timko, who has played with Ariel for many years, has produced a lot of your music, even up until now, the latest stuff. Tell us a little bit about that long association with Timko.
Well, didn't realize we had a Wikipedia page. Good to know it's out there and it's being a purveyor of false information. Yeah, we never actually did anything with Ariel Pink. I love his music, and we started recording top 10 hits in his studio in LA, but that was a royal catastrophe. So yeah, nothing else beyond that. He did reach out to me to do vocals on a song recently, and we had a little back and forth, but then I haven't heard from him since then, so I have no idea what the status of that song is. I'll let you know if it comes out. I thought it was pretty cool. Tim, Tim is like my Asian brother. Love Tim. He did bass on the last record, and he's doing bass on this record, and yeah, I feel very grateful he's in my life.
I'd like to show you something I found here on Night Flight Plus. The Uncle No Rules show, nominated at the Webby Awards as Children's Show for Stoned Adults. Hosted by Marky Ramone. It was a surprise when I found it and sat down to watch it, and even more so when I saw you, Taraka, performing at the end of the show. What happened to that show, Taraka? Why is there only one episode? It was so good.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really have any part in making that show. You'll have to ask the people that did it. I just got to hang out with Marky Ramone and make fun of his shoes.
Tarakita, Welcome to Paradise Lost was your first solo album after Prince Rama, correct? Tell us a little bit about how it was conceived and how you would describe its sound. I loved finding all those unplugged versions of Welcome to Paradise Lost songs on that EP called Lost Lathe Cut Demos. Can you tell us about the recording process? Where did you record them?
The recording process was unlike anything I've ever done before because it was real high stakes. You know, usually when you're recording, you've got, you want to nail the take, but there's probably, you can do it over again, like 87 more times if you don't get it. With these, it was like, okay, you hit record and you're literally playing into a 2-track that is hooked up to a lathe cutter that is etching the sound directly onto the record itself in real time while you're playing. So anytime you cough or burp, miss a lyric, it's all going on there. It's almost more of like an audio Polaroid than a record. Because each one is totally different. Super punk rock, no pressure or anything. But it was good. It was great. And I think it helped me to really be less perfectionistic and just more detached.
Taraka, the other day I was looking through my stuff here in the attic, and in a box I found these images that I had made for the music video of the song Welcome to Paradise Lost. I can send them to you so you can stick some on the walls of your studio. You have a lot of pictures there. Can you show us some?
Want to see my studio? This is where all the magic happens. Oh yes, all the magic. These 4 walls. Hi. Yep, we got Jimmy Page over here. We got John Cage. I always ask myself, WWJCD, what would John Cage do? Kate Bush, of course. Spirit animal of all spirit animals. Besides Garfield, he's another spirit animal. Also got Kurt down here. I basically just try to surround myself with all my favorite people so I get to hang out with them every day. Got Iggy, we got Luke Skywalker, Kate again, Krishna being a playboy, dancing with all the gopis, Jim, my snake. I had this dream about Jesus and Mary Chain that they asked me to go on tour with them. Still waiting for that dream to come true. Until then, Jim, hanging out. Dionysus. Some paintings I made. Kali for whenever I need to destroy absolutely everything in my life. Johnny Rotten. Just some, inspiring words of wisdom whenever I take life too seriously. Gotta remember, it's just practice, not a performance. Trust God, idiot. Don't be cool. Be warm. Be magical. Use your imagination for you, not against you. And whatever you do, don't give up before the miracle. Stuff like that. What else do we got? So here is maybe my earliest jam session. Every time I play music, I feel like I'm always just playing music with her. And the Beatles. Alright, want to see maybe the most fucked up thing in my studio? This, my friends, is Paul Laffoley's fake leg. True story.
Taraka, that is very strange. For those who don't know him, Paul Laffoley was a visionary artist whose mysterious work would be difficult to describe now, but search it on the web.
He gave it to me when he upgraded to a taxidermied lion's paw, and I even got him to sign it. This is where all of my songs go. So whenever I write a new song, it goes on the song door. As you can see, there's quite a few going on right now. Over 50, in fact. The unfinished ones are on this side. The demoed ones are on this side, but I have a lot of work to do. So, that's it. Oh, check out my view. This is my backyard.
It looks beautiful out there. Can we go out and take a look?
Oh, look, we got the neighbor's dog. I still haven't made peace with him yet. These are my sexy wheels. And this is about how I feel most of the time. Might as well just show you my backyard. Yeah. Pretty sweet, right? Got this campfire over here we're gonna make later. This nice tree, river, and the mountains. Love hanging out in my backyard. Especially under this tree. Holy moly.
Want some coffee?
Taraka, I think my favorite song is Daylight Savings. Those kind of short, druggy, moody songs. I love them. Where did it come from?
That's funny, man. Honestly, it came from a real need that I saw. A need to make a song for a holiday that just doesn't get enough appreciation. I mean, think about Christmas. Christmas gets all the catchy songs written about it. Meanwhile, it's just like this kind of arbitrary holiday that someone just put on a calendar that's also arbitrary, and it doesn't really affect our lives in one way or another. Whereas daylight savings, doesn't matter what creed you are, you're getting an hour taken away from you. That really affects your life. This is a real serious holiday. And I feel like with that sort of gravity, you need to write a real serious song about it.
According to what we saw at the door of your studio, you are recording a lot, aren't you?
Yeah, actually I was just recording right before you called me. I'm working on a new... it might end up being like 3 records. I have like over 50 songs right now. It's kind of a fucking nightmare. A good nightmare to have, but a nightmare nonetheless. Yeah, it's funny. Actually, earlier today, I was at Whole Foods, and this girl came up to me in the parking lot. She's kind of like this environmentalist type, and she was telling me all about global warming. And I said, well, okay, do you have a solution to this? And she said, yes, I do. And I asked her what it was. And she said, well, I think the one clear solution would be to erase humans completely off the planet. And I was like, wow, that's quite a solution. What are you, Himmler? Anyways, I just kept thinking about that, and so I started working on a new song. You wanna hear it? I don't have it fleshed out yet, but it started going like... New album.
And this new album will be released through your record label project? It's called Rage Peace, isn't it? Can you tell us a little bit about that, and also about these Rage Peace mixtape parties you've been organizing? Where do you do them? Always in the same place? New York?
Well, right now it's in the same place. Let me see if I have one of these. Yeah. See, here's a mixtape. This was the first one we made. Look at that view. Yeah, I mean, I started doing these because, number one, I love mixtapes. I mean, I really do feel like mixtapes are one of the highest form of art humans can achieve. First of all, because you think about the anatomy of the tape itself, and what is the cassette tape ribbon made out of? Well, it's ferric oxide. What do you think we're made out of? This is like our biomorphic twin right here. So basically, with the mixtape parties, I just got this idea, what would happen if you got a room full of strangers and everyone brings a record and we don't know what's gonna happen, but we start hitting record on a tape player and, you know, we let the music kind of dictate the order. We go around in this non-linear fashion and keep putting songs on and hit record, and pretty soon we're all not strangers anymore. We're like explorers on this journey together, and at the end we have this fossilized document of this sonic conversation that we just shared together. I mean, it's beautiful. It's seriously one of the best things that's happened to me since I moved upstate. And you know, at first I kind of felt like I moved to the middle of nowhere, but now I feel like I know all these amazing people from these parties. And you know, I'm interested in community. I'm interested in ways to clumsily touch utopia, and perhaps that is part of the ethos of the Rage Peace record label. You know, I started it just sort of as a performance art experiment, honestly. Like, I'm not a business person by any stretch of the imagination, but I was feeling dissatisfied with the manner in which my music was being released, just because I felt so disconnected from the labor itself, you know, disconnected from the process. And I was reading Andy Warhol's autobiography at the time, The Philosophy of Andy Warhol. Highly recommend it. It's probably one of the best books on Zen Buddhism that I've ever read, ever. But anyways, the thing that inspired me also was just his approach to business as art. You know, and it kind of took it out of this kind of icky feeling capitalist realm where, you know, it can feel kind of helpless as an artist sometimes navigating this, because you put all this work into a record and then you give it off to this record label and you basically have no say with what happens to it after that. And so this just felt very empowering to kind of take back the means of production and to also look at every facet of making a record as a form of meditation, as a form of connecting with the music, as a form of art. So these things that used to be very boring and mundane, like, oh, I gotta write this email, or oh, I gotta, like, you know, send this tax form. No, this is part of the art now. And I think just reframing that for myself has been a very rewarding process. And yeah, it's still in very early experimental stages, so we'll see where it goes. But right now I'm just curious and exploring.
Taraka, here in the attic, I completely agree with everything you've said. Have you seen the mixtapes I've made with the music of the artists who have participated in the show? I've only made 5 copies, all different. Now I want to make a couple of mixtapes with these boxes of opera music that I found today. Look. So beautiful. I'm going to re-record the tapes with a collage of music from the guests of the show, paint the boxes, draw on the booklets, and so on. And there will only be a limited edition of 2 boxes. And no one will have another one like it. Well, you at Trade Peace Records have released a special edition of Welcome to Paradise Lost, where the cover of each copy is an original hand-drawn self-portrait, and where each one reflects your mood at the time of making it, isn't it? I was looking at them yesterday, and there were several that caught my attention. For example, this one, Taraka, what did you feel here?
Alright, if we're going to talk about art, we're going to go in my other studio. Alright, self-portrait records. Well, this one's pretty self-explanatory. It's my butt. It's very happy.
And here, what was happening?
This next one's about being a drama queen, which I excel at.
And here?
This one's a portrait of me as Prince Rama. Sometimes I felt like I was a Siamese twin.
And here?
It's a painting I saw in a museum once. I wish I could remember the name of the artist, but it seems to be about succubi, demons, that feed off your energy in your sleep. I'm all too familiar.
Yes, the painting is called The Nightmare. It's this one, right? I think the artist's name was Henry Fussley. When I was a teenager, I bought a book by Arthur Rimbaud, and this painting was on the cover, and I never forgot it again in my life. What disturbed me about it and caught my attention was the face and expression of the horse that peeks out from behind the curtain. What the hell is it doing there? Where was that woman sleeping? At a racetrack? Ha! Well, Taraka, thank you very much for being here with us today.
Thank you. I mean, I'm here anyway, so thanks for talking.
Okay, guys. I hope you had a good time. Pee and poop before bed. See you in the next episode. Good night. Bye-bye.